Welcome to the Bald Brad Show. Before we get into our lead story today, please take a moment right now to hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help support the channel, and it also pushes the YouTube algorithm to send my videos and my channel out there to those who haven't seen my videos or my channel. And with that being said, our lead story of the day comes from our friends over at Blaze Media. It is written by the one, the only, folks, the legend. We haven't heard from him in a while, Phil Shiver. And he titles it, Kamala Harris Laughs, Deflects when grilled about not visiting border. I haven't been to Europe either. Vice President Kamala Harris suffered a cringeworthy moment Monday when she laughed and literally waved off pointed questions about her continued absence from the U.S.-Mexico border, saying she hasn't been to Europe either. So there's a video clip here. I haven't done a reaction clip in a while. Let's go ahead and roll this one with Vice President Kamala Harris dealing with the U.S.-Mexico border.
Just quickly put a button.
Okay.
Do you have any plans to visit the border?
At some point,
at some point when I could fit in my schedule, I don't really know if I ever plan on going. No clue. Did you get the cookies that I sent when I went to Guatemala? Did you? Holy crap, this isn't funny at all.
we are going to the border. We've been to the border. So this whole thing about the border, we've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You know, the more times you say it, this whole thing, we've been to the border. We've been to the border, as if like she's trying to do some sort of hypnosis on him and the American public of we've been to the border. Like she's a Jedi, you know. These aren't the droids you're looking for. These aren't the illegal immigrants you've seen. Right? It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're digging yourself a hole here. Let's see how this continues.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe.
Oh, God. But you haven't been to the border. Oh, shit. Her reaction. She doesn't have a clue. How do you answer that? I just love that follow-up, and it's so simple. But you haven't been to the border. Oh, fuck. I haven't been to Europe? What? What are you doing? What are you talking about? You haven't been to Europe? Oh my God, this is freaking good. This is our vice president, you guys. This is our vice president. Oh my God.
And I mean, I don't understand the point that you're making. I'm not discounting the importance of the border.
Well, I'm
I don't understand the question. Give it to me again so I can tell you we've been to the border. We've been to the border. No, you haven't, lady. You haven't been to the border. You haven't seen what's going on at the border. You have no intention of going to the border. You've been the border czar for 70-something days. You flew over the border. Hell, you could have at least stopped on your way to Guatemala or Mexico or El Salvador or Honduras. You could have stopped there for a freaking day, 4 hours, and have made a whole assessment of the situation. Get the Border Patrol in there, ICE, everybody you need, have a whole assessment of the situation, and then go there. And look, nobody would be bitching. But you're sitting there lying straight to this dude's face. You're lying straight to the American public's face saying, we've been there. We've been there. No, you haven't. And we're not that dumb. Hell, I've been monitoring this since day one that you've been in office. Everybody can vouch for that. Got the historical data to show it, meaning my videos. You haven't been down there, lady, and you still don't have any intention. You still don't have anything in your freaking agenda to get your booty down there and look and see what's going on. And you're just going to pull this off. Oh my God. Jesus, man. This is too good. The article goes on to say, during an interview with NBC News anchor Lester Holt, set to air in full on Tuesday, Harris repeatedly deflected questions in regard to her failure to visit the border amid the country's ongoing immigration crisis, which, as it happens, she was appointed to manage. And look, she's coming from California, you guys, my home state. Again, I apologize that we're electing people like that. It's not my fault. I'm not electing them. But look at how they're running California, right? All that's going to happen, right? If you elect a Democrat, especially someone that's coming from California, Minneapolis, Portland, Seattle, any of these leftist ran areas, what you're going to see is how they ran it there, the terrible job of how they ran it. They're going to take that job, that same ideology, that same narrative that they ran here and that destroyed the state, and they're just going to take that and move it in the federal level and destroy the federal level, destroy the country. That's all that happens. They just take one crap area and turn it into another crap area. It's just happening left and right here. It says, in a portion of the interview shown by NBC's Today Show, Holt pressed the vice president on the issue, noting that both Republicans and Democrats have criticized her for it. The question is that come up, and you heard it here, and you'll hear it again, I'm sure, is Holt, why not visit the border? Why not see what Americans are seeing in this crisis? Well, we are going to the border, Harris answered. We have to deal with what's happening at the border. There's no question about that. That's not a debatable point, but we have to understand that there's a reason people are arriving at our border and ask what is the reason and then identify the problem so we can fix it. Well, it's kind of like her being the doctor. You need to assess the situation. You need to assess the wound that's gushing blood, meaning our border. How about first stopping the gushing of blood, meaning build the border wall and build the security, stitch that bad boy up so the bleeding stops, and then you can assess all the other problems that are attributing to that bleeding. But right now you have a big bleed that is happening and you need to fix it, and then fix all the other wounds that are attributing to that problem as well. That's all you need to do, lady, and she just won't do it, which shows how like stubborn she is. Where if you have everybody that's been complaining about this, all you need to do, like I said, just say, hey, you know what, fine, let's do it. Let's make a quick weekend trip to the border. Let's assess the situation. Let's get the cameras out there. Let's roll the footage. Let's get the photographers, the whole shebang, and just make a whole thing of it. And then you're done. You don't have to hear about people bitching about it anymore. I mean, all we would be able to have is ammo-wise is you still not fixing the problem. But we're happy that you went down there and at least showed that you cared some up. We don't want you flying over the U.S.-Mexico border and landing in a different country and then having a conversation with the Guatemalan president that just tells you, hey, this is your fault. This is your doing. You need to fix your laws. You need to fix your regulations. Can you create laws that will put coyotes in jail? All these things that we talked about in yesterday's show. It's an easy fix, you guys. That's the thing. And you've all heard me. And I know I'm beating a dead horse here when I talk about this, but it is an easy fix. And they just won't do it, which tells me that they want this type of crisis to happen. My theory on all this, again, it's theory, meaning it's never been proven, and it's just, it could be a conspiracy theory or whatever. My guess is there's only two things. Is one, they really don't know what the hell they're doing, or two, they crafted this crisis on purpose to get illegal immigrants into the country so that you have a crisis and you go, look, we might as well just do amnesty here. There's so many illegal immigrants here. We don't have the funds to deport them. You have upwards between 18 and 20 million illegal immigrants. We might as well perform mass amnesty and just fix the issue rather than deporting 20 million people or however many people we now have illegally into this country. That's what my guess is on all this, or else why would you try to create this issue for yourself? It's not a good look on you. Heck, it's not a good look for your own party, and it's not a good look for the country either when you have this massive crisis, because the other countries are looking at it. Look, if you can't get your own shit together, how are you going to be able to handle us? Right? If you can't handle your own crap at home, how are you going to take care of everything else? My phrase is, if you can't handle the small things, then how are you going to handle the big things? So if you can't handle your own country and the situations that are happening here, how are you going to deal with China? How are you going to deal with Russia? How are you going to deal with North Korea? How are you going to deal with any of these countries? Iran, right? Afghanistan, Iraq, right? Anywhere in the Middle East, the Palestinians. How are you going to deal with anybody that ends up going against the United States, or you're having a tough foreign policy issue or whatever? They're just going to look at that and they're not going to take you serious. And we already saw that with how China disrespected Biden and Harris. We've already seen it. Okay? So this isn't anything new. Well, that's what's going on with Kamala Harris just laughing off the border wall, which is typical. And you remember, she laughed when somebody asked her months ago, hey, when do you plan on visiting the border wall?
Do you plan to visit the border?
Not today. But I have before, and I'm sure I will again.
Yeah, I don't plan on visiting the border wall. Are you crazy? Have you seen it down there? That place looks like crap. Why would I go step in a bunch of dog doo when I know it's right there? Are you nuts? That's how she handles the whole situation. So please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Please support the Bald Brad Show by doing so. Also, please share this on your social media. Send this to friends and family. And folks, I hope you're having a lovely and blessed day. Make sure you pray for our president, our vice president, the country, and may God continue to bless the United States of America. And I'll see you here tomorrow on the Bald Brad Show.